Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm Dr. Alan Snyder. Some people call me Daddy, but Boo will definitely never call me Daddy because she's blue and true. Stephanie Boo Dancona. What's up, Boo?
What's up, Boo? You're correct. I will never call you by that name. Although we did have a bet at some point that I was going to have to call you that one time on the show.
Yeah, we really should start writing some of this stuff down because my ego is writing checks that my body cannot cash. That's a Top Gun reference. You're welcome.
Is that the actual quote, or did you change it?
Oh, I think I might have messed it up. Yeah, it was like,
that's not actually it.
Son of a whatever.
Son of a Top Gun.
Son of a Top Gun. That was so good. That was very clever.
That's why you have me on the show.
That is definitely why I have you on the show. That and your amazing good looks, because you are wearing the Seahawks hat, aren't you?
I am wearing neon green vintage Seahawks hat that the Seahawks sent to me.
They sent it to you in exchange for dinero.
Dinero? No, I actually bought it from somebody in Illinois. Is it Illinois or Illinois?
Oh, Jesus. Illinois.
I'm asking a serious question.
There is no noise in Illinois.
There's an S.
Yeah. Well, I love it, and I love that you're wearing that neon green hat. I don't know if you saw, I posted it on all my social media. Unprompted the other day, my youngest nephew, 4, who still can't quite say my name correctly, turns to my sister on camera, and he goes, "I look like Uncle Alan." And
I saw.
Like, "Why are you Uncle Alan?" He goes, "Because of my hat," because he was wearing the hat.
I know, I saw it, and I was like, that's the exact same hat I have. So right now, me and a 4-year-old are on the exact same level.
Pretty much. I wanted to get into a bunch of stuff here with you today, but I'm thirsty. You're probably thirsty. So I think we should crack these beers. Why don't you go first?
Why do I never? You know what? This is why you buy cans and not ones that with the twist. Because my opener's over there.
We're back on.
I don't know where we left off.
Open your beer, Boo.
Oh, all right. That's where we left off. I'm going to crack my beer. Did you crack your beer?
No, I haven't had a chance to tell you about it or anything.
Okay. Well,
what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
I am drinking the same thing I drank 2 weeks ago. I'm drinking Bell's. Ooh. And the reason that I'm drinking it, A, because it's really good. 2, because I had 2 in my fridge and I got super lazy and didn't feel like going to the store. Because the deli by me is where I usually get the good beer. But the other day when I was looking, I noticed that I've either tried all of them or the ones left I don't like. So we're going with this because it makes me happy, and that's the only story that you need to know about. What you got?
Ooh, I love the way you said that. The same thing I had last week, because you just did a little bit of universe foreshadowing. You just did the same thing we do every week, Pinky, and
yes.
There's a little bit of universe in there. You'll find it when we get there. I am drinking a Kings County Brewers Collective, which I think you had a couple weeks ago.
I did.
It is a Blocktopus IPA. Okay, I wanted to have that, and there's a reason that I am drinking this today. So first, let's go ahead and release that Kraken.
Kraken.
Beautiful. Cheers, babe.
L'chaim. All right, is it Blacktopus or Blocktopus?
It is Blocktopus IPA, and I wanted to do this because this is going to be a great segue, as we call in the biz. Because
not the kind that you ride on.
No, which are discontinued at the moment. Although
Wait,
I think
they don't exist anymore?
The ones with you just stand and you kind of use your body weight, they're Dunskies. But
don't mall cops use them?
I think they're not doing them anymore, but Segway has since transitioned and now they're doing like mopeds or whatever the next,
Interesting.
Whatever the next Brooklyn hipster is going to be using, Segway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Different from an Astoria hipster. At least I got that going.
Well, I wanted to drink this beer because you and I have been talking about something we wanted to get into, which has kind of been the craze in the media for the last week. I don't have to twist your arm to want to talk about Cardi B, who is
Never.
Yeah, she is way famous these days for her song, which, you know, we can say whatever we want on the show. It is explicit.
Are you going to talk about WAP?
Now, you even said it WAP, except they say WAP in the song, but it's WAP. It's WAP.
But they say WAP.
Yeah, but that is incorrect, and I wouldn't expect her to have that much intelligence to talk about it.
Why is it incorrect?
WAP is WAP. When you say WAP, it's like WOMP or WAP. It's WOP.
Well, what you know what? No, agree to disagree. Whatever Cardi B tells me is what I listen to. It's how I get through life. So that's what I'm going with.
So with Cardi B and this new song that's come out, you know, we can say whatever the heck we want on our podcast. We have the little button click to be explicit, to be whatever. I'd like to have a little bit of taste in here as far as beer, one, but also to have with our words. Now, we are going to go over some of the lyrics to this song, and for anybody who hasn't seen the music video, it is fire. Oh my God.
It is 100% insanity. One of the Jenners is on there for no reason. There is a tiger, and there is a whole lot of butt.
There is a lot of butt and a lot of titties. So instead of using the P word, I think I'm just going to call it a Blocktopus, because that might be a little bit classier way of doing that, and it's a tie into the beer. So do you want my thoughts, or do you want to kick it off with this song?
You know what? I want to go with you first because you're a guy. So I'd like what your take is on it, because I think I'll easily be able to feed off this, and it may lead to a huge argument.
All right,
we'll see.
So this song was really made popular, and it blew up even more than it ever would, because there was a political host, Ben Shapiro, who had his own show, and he went ahead and dissected the song, and he read the lyrics, which there are some great remixes online where people have just put his reading the words to music, and it is so funny to watch this white boy essentially rap. So I then first started looking into it, and I'm just going to start off with, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. The ending might be my favorite part of the song, but let's go ahead and start with the chorus, okay? And now I'm going to do this kind of more like a Good Place vibe, which I think we've talked about, because it's great.
Yes, we talked about.
Right. So they start off with a couple of yeahs, and then it goes, you forking with some wet-as Blocktopus. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-as Blocktopus. Give me everything you got for this West-as Blocktopus.
I don't even think I'm going to be able to make it through this entire thing, because Blocktopus could not be a better sub out.
It's pretty good. I mean, I'm referring to a beer. I don't know where your mind is. I thought that's what we were talking about on the show on Booze Your Daddy.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. My mind's not in the gutter. Don't worry about it. All right, so tell me some more thoughts. So are you going to read some more lyrics?
Yeah, I got some more. So pretty much the first time I listened to it through, now there's one line that comes right before a better verse. And the first time I heard it, one of them saying, I don't mean to be rude, I'm not sure which one is rapping which line. And it says, I want you to park that Big Mac truck in this little garage. Yep. I swear to God, I thought she was talking about like a McDonald's delivery truck. And I was thinking like, oh, I like the way they mixed in McDonald's here. And then
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I guess I have McDonald's in my brain, but it was.
Yes, because a song about Blocktopus automatically also talks about McDonald's.
You know what my original thought was? Do they really deliver Big Macs in their own truck? Like, do we sell that many Big Macs that they don't put them with the fish fillets and the chicken McNuggets? That is
possible.
Really.
Listen, you're not listening to music right if that's where you're getting at.
All right. And then, they use that garage to rhyme with disguise, which I don't know if that really works. But then it went into one of my favorite lines, which was, make it cream, make me scream, out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. That's poetry. If there ever has been a poet, I'm just saying, Edgar Allan Poe, Billy Shakes, move over, guys, because
got Cardi B.
Wow. I mean, I actually think those was You know,
That's a good line.
my problem with rap these days is it's just so many N-words and bitches and hoes. Like,
First of all, can I just say that you sounded like a grandpa? You were like, my problem with rap these days.
My problem with rap these days. Because
my problem with ribbity rap.
I am Prospector Sam over here from San Francisco 49ers. That's a callback for anybody who hasn't listened to the last time.
Sourdough Sam. And I was also told it's because they're known for their sourdough bread. That's why.
Yeah, I could think of a couple more things that San Francisco is famous for these days than their sourdough bread.
The Kraken, the Seahawks, Starbucks.
That is Seattle. That is Seattle, and we're talking about San Francisco.
Oh,
jeez. So, yeah,
I got Seahawks on the brain already.
My problem with these youths and some of their songs, now that is poetry because we know what we're talking about in this song, and I really like that lyric. And then I thought it got, just when I thought it couldn't get any better, it went from good to awesome. I don't want to spit, I want to gulp. I want to gag, I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing, that thing swing in the back of my throat. My head game is fire, punani dasani. I'm going in dry, and it's coming out soggy. I ride on that thing like the cops is behind me. I spit on this mic, and now he's trying to sign me.
She's a master at her craft.
Can we just do every award show right now and just all of them? I want her getting best album, best rapper, best everything, country. Let's give her maybe a banjo thing that Steve Martin wins. Like, awesome.
Banjo thing. Well, the thing about this is that, I mean, I don't know about her personally. I do know certain rappers that write for themselves. But the thing about these stuff is I don't know about hers, but so many people outsource their music, which is totally cool. But then you think about how awesome it is that there's this guy that he's the one that came up with that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, whoever came up with this is freaking a genius. I thought this was absolutely incredible. And the only other line that I really love, which actually came right before that last one about, snowflobs, we're going to call them, was when she was talking about, I let him taste it, now he diabetic. Which
yeah. Oh, my God, I love that one. Oh, God, I love that line. Love it.
I wasn't sure. Now, I am not the biggest Cardi B fan, but this song gets – I mean, do we have a rating system yet? We need to do that
it gets 4 out of 4 booms.
4 boos? Well, boos usually sounds bad.
Boom. B-O-O-M. Or boop. Or boop.
4 boops. But boop also tends to be more of like you boop it.
All right. We're going to go with boom. The top is 4 out of 4. 4 is the top boom.
4 booms. All right. 4 booms.
She gets 4 out of 4 booms.
It was
boom,
fantastic.
boom, boom. Let me hear you say way ho.
Way ho. Say boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say way ho.
Way ho.
Yeah. Awesome stuff, Stephanie. So as a whiter than white bro, as a dude, as a crack-ass cragger, I am all in on this song, let alone the half chub I get when you watch the music video.
Oh, yeah, totally. Absolutely. No, it was a very accurate assessment. And I appreciate it. I thought you were going to maybe say some different things, but I like that you appreciate it so much.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes
in this house. I live in this house, so I'm the only hoe in this house. So I love the song. And one of the things that I really like about Cardi B, she's, for some people, not for others. I personally love her. The thing about it is that she and a bunch of other artists, Nicki Minaj and now Megan Thee Stallion, they write lyrics like male rappers have been writing lyrics for years about women. And whether or not you want to go with degrading or all these whatever, that's all good and fine. That is the shit that I'm listening to. I'm listening to the stuff that I'm like, oh, this isn't about me. Don't worry about it. You can listen. And other female rappers in the past have gotten flack for their suggestive lyrics or whatever in talking about sex. And it's the same thing as kind of like, double standard. You have sex with 10 people, You're awesome. I had sex with 10 people. People are going to wonder about me.
Today you had sex with 10 people?
I had sex with 10 people today. Yeah, obviously.
Wow. It's like you didn't have work. Okay.
I didn't work. I didn't. Listen, it's only 9:30 to 5:30. We didn't start this thing until 9. I could bang out 5 right in between that.
Now,
So,
would it be safe to say that you don't gotta dance, you make money moves?
Oh, I make money moves.
That's
I
also
don't gotta dance.
that was also a Cardi B song. I don't know if you picked up on that. Okay.
I choose to.
Okay.
So, and that's that's one of the things I love about her. She's so unapologetically in your face. And I think it's
zero fucks.
Zero fucks.
Care.
But that's what's important, because for women in rap, that's been so long been frowned upon that it's like you listen to this other stuff. So I appreciate that. I mean, think about all the way to the back with my neck, my back. Can't say the rest of the words.
Oh, lick my Blocktopus and my crack.
Lick my Blocktopus and my crack. And
yeah. My only beef with Cardi B is she goes back to some of her days that I've heard about in the past, maybe as a stripper, maybe as something a little extra. And she admits, like, yeah, I would just be with these dudes. They would pass out, and I would take all the money in their wallet, which I was like, that is robbery, my friend.
Yes. Oh, no, she fully admits, like, I used to rob and steal shit. I stripped, like, no big deal. Don't care. I was in a gang. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and the only other cool thing I remember from this music video was they both do full-blown splits. Now, is that...
Oh, I know. Their vaginas touch the ground.
Well, the one was on a chair, and it was just like, is that the qualifications to be a rapper? Because Missy Misdemeanor Elliott has never done that in a rap video.
Well, maybe. Maybe she saves that shit for behind the scenes.
I can feel that.
That's a lot. I mean, that's also a lot of work to learn how to do that. You don't just wake up and you're like, oh, let me do a split like this.
Yeah. There also was a Jenner in it. And I always say this, and I'm sorry, I can't tell any of them apart. At least
I don't know which one's which.
Well, I just went around today telling all my patients, like, I'm like, one of the little Jenner sluts. I don't know. And one of my guys, I showed him to, and he goes, oh, that's the ugly one. I said, I thought Chloe was the ugly one. They're like, no, she has worked on. Now there's a Jenner that's the ugliest of all the Kardashian crew.
It's Kylie, Kendall. Kendall, one of them's a model. One of them puts 7,000 layers of makeup on. I think that's the ugly one now. I think she's still beautiful, but she's the one that looks hot on Instagram and horrible on the tabloids.
Well, isn't she getting all the makeup from the sister who's worth $900 billion or something?
She is the same person. She's the same person.
Oh, then God bless. She gets it for free. I'm a Jewish person. I'd use all the makeup if I got it for free.
You could put it all on at one time.
Why not? It's unlimited supply.
You're right.
So doing a little research for this song, because I knew we'd talk about it, I was telling, one of my patients about it today, and he turns to me and he immediately says, well, you know where she's from, right? And I had no idea. Cardi B from?
BX?
From where?
BX.
BX is what?
Bronx.
Okay, I've never heard it called that. Yeah, sure. So she is from the Bronx, and her ethnicity is?
Dominican.
I had no idea she was Dominican. I call me racist or whatever you want. I thought she was African American. I thought she was black. I had no idea she was Dominican. I did not know this. So then I immediately thought to myself, well, what is her real name? Because it's definitely not Cardi B, right? So
yeah, I don't know that part. I do know my Cardi B trivia, but not that.
So her real name is, I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, Belcalis Almanzar, which Almanzar, what is that?
Almanzar, is there an R at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Spanish. What's the first one?
Belcalis. Belcalis?
I'd have to write it down. I can't picture it in my head.
Whatever. Do you know where she got her nickname from?
Because she likes credit cards and she likes bees.
Exactly. No, not even close. So her sister is real named Hennessy. And when they used to go around, they would call her Bacardi because she is a little Hennessy or whatever the equivalent is. And eventually that turned into dropping the first part, which was the B, so she's just Cardi, and then she added the B, which they say, is that for but the
What?
B from Bacardi? Is it for her first name, which is Belcalis or whatever they say? Is it for the BX, the Bronx, which you're from? And her answer has always been, it changes depending on based on the day, what the B stands for.
Amazing. I'm gonna, you know what? From now on, I'm gonna change my name every day, and whenever we have an intro, I'm gonna let you know 2 minutes before. Right now, I'm freaking Yolanda. So.
Well, I think, okay, so rewind again. It was more she changes what the meaning of one of the letters is. So she's always Cardi B. So you can be Stephanie D, but then the D can stand for something different every day.
If she can change what the fuck she wants, I can change it.
She's
Don't
changing.
call me Stephanie. It's Yolanda.
All right, Yolanda.
You're not going to win. Yolanda knows all.
Yolanda's doing the work here. So real quick before we get to trivia, I had a universe moment the other day because I've been getting out there and meeting people and doing a lot of guest spots on other people's podcasts because we want to grow our audience and we want more people to listen to us. And that's the best way to do it. And I was talking to this one lady and it was all about experiences during COVID and yada, yada. And she's like, well, what was your experience? And I said, well, I don't know. I'm a really good cook. You know, I've learned how to make some drinks and some food. And she goes, like, what type of food? I said, well, I'm from Maryland, so we do crab cakes very well. And she goes, crab cakes? Can you do an episode about how to go crabbing and then cook the crabs, then how to prepare the food and then eat them? And I was like,
wait,
yeah.
She asked you this on the podcast?
She asked me this in preparation for the podcast.
Got it.
And I've been crabbing less times than I care to talk about, but
does she think someone in New York City just regularly goes crabbing?
I don't know, but I thought to myself, now I know more about crabbing than most people. For example, I know that the best bait to use is
other crabs.
Incorrect. The best bait to use when you go crabbing is actually chicken, specifically chicken necks. Chicken necks are like the best thing. It is the catnip. I was going to say the nip tuck, but it's the catnip.
Oh, the catnip. The nip slip. Of the crab world.
The nip slip. They use that. They use, gizzards. They can use eel. There's a lot of stuff. So I knew that off the bat, and I know enough that I said, you know what? A little bit of YouTubing, a little bit of studying, I can do this lady's podcast because part 1, I'm not the best with, but part 2 and 3, as far as cooking and picking them and eating them and preparing them, I'm a genius. So
wait, are you going to let her know that you're not actually catching this crab?
Well, I let her know that I knew how to do it, and I walked her through the process, and we got talking. And, the podcast had some interesting moments, but we eventually hit this peak where somehow beer came up, and she lives in Oregon, and it's into microbrews, and we hit a stride around minute 20, and it was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that was really cool. Whatever. It's not anything my family ever does, but I have friends that have done it, and, I know how to do it, right? This was on a Tuesday morning. Tuesday night, I checked my Facebook. My sister in Ocean City with her family went crabbing.
No way.
My sister has never gone crabbing. The kids have never talked about it. They've never done it. And I look on Facebook and I stopped and I ran in the other room. I said, Julia, okay, this is just getting weird. I spent my morning watching crabbing videos. And now for whatever reason, my family is crabbing right now for the first time.
That's amazing. And I don't think we've talked about, we should definitely talk about this on an episode or on Insta, but me and Alan kind of have a running list of things that we talk about on the show and then somehow pop up somewhere in the news or something later. Like we're on like 6 or 7. Some of them like predicting Washington football team. Everybody knew that was going to happen. There are some others that you're like, we legit think Big Brother is listening because why wouldn't he? We're wildly popular. But that's kind of freaky. That's very freaky.
I thought that was very weird. And continuing with universe, as you dropped one of these, same thing we do every day, Pinky, or you said something like that earlier.
Yes.
We are going into trivia, and the category is going to be 90s cartoon trivia.
Oh, that is good.
It is so crazy because the reference we made is, the same thing we do every day, Pinky, it's an Animaniac. It's Pinky and the Brain. It's Animaniacs.
First of all, one of my least favorite cartoons of all time. So I'm glad that I think that's not in there. Just as an FYI, my paper for tonight is actually the results from my x-ray of my stomach because that's the closest thing I can find. It
Wow.
says I'm alive, so we got that.
All right. So with 90s cartoon trivia, I am going to ask you the question. You have, if you want it, you can ask for multiple choice, okay? I'm hoping you can get some of this stuff without the multiple choice, but if you
Got
need
it.
it.
So I don't have to ask you beforehand, like multiple choice or not.
I am going to ask you the question. You can
Yeah.
ask me for multiple choice or not.
Okay.
For time's sake, why don't we I'll give you a couple seconds to think and then you'll give me an answer. Cool?
Yep. Okay, so I'm telling you right away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
Question number 1. Who is Doug Funny's love interest on the show?
Patty Mayonnaise.
You got it. Ding, ding, ding. It was going to be ketchup, mayo, mustard, or relish, and Patty Mayonnaise is right on. God, I was so afraid you would have no idea about that. I'd be like, Alan, what are you doing to me, dude? Like, that was not nice.
Patty is the pickle in my mayonnaise? He
Yeah.
sings a song on a banjo.
Yeah, one of my favorite comedian singer guys, Bo Burnham, does a great song, which is really inappropriate. But in the theme of Blocktopus episode, he's talking about some chick and he goes, she makes me skeeter so hard, people call her Patty Mayonnaise.
Yes.
It's a great
line. That's amazing.
Line.
That's good.
All right. Question number 2. Question number 2, in Rugrats, what is the name of Angelica Pickles' doll?
Fuck.
I have 4 choices here for you, love.
All right, let's go with 4 choices.
In alphabetical order is how all the choices are always going to go. That way there's no conspiracy. A, Cynthia. B, Erica. C, Samantha. D, Veronica.
Cynthia.
A?
Yes, A. No, is A Cynthia? Yes, and Cynthia.
Cynthia, let's go. These babies are boring. 2 for 2. Well,
that one should only count as a half.
No, absolutely not. I designed these questions you know what? You are an honorable trivia player. You're not going to ask me if you're like kind of close. You asked me because you need the help. It's totally fine.
Okay. All right. So we'll get 2 for 2. You're a nice trivia host.
Question number 3. Name the 2 stars of Tiny Toons. You could call them the hosts. They had their own skits.
I literally have no idea. I mean, you can give me multiple choice.
A, Babs and Buster. B, Fluffy and Furry. C, Lola and Leo. D, Ruby and Ralph.
Oh, fuck. It's either A or D. I'm going to go with A.
A, Babs and Buster Bunny. No relation.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Very good. Rolling right through it. Now, I had prepared for you to do very well on these, so the questions, in my opinion, are going to get a little harder.
Let's go for it.
Now, again,
I
have some help for you on this one if you need it.
Okay.
One of my favorite shows growing up was Captain Planet. He's our hero.
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0.
All right. When 5 powers combined, they become Captain Planet. Can you name 4 of those 5 powers?
Let me... just give me... So we got Earth, Wind, Fire. Yes?
I don't know. Are these your answers?
Well, you said 4.
I need 4 of the 5. So Earth, Wind, and Fire are correct. I need 1 more.
All right. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get you something. No idea. I'm going to go with plants. have no idea.
I'm going to give you a half a point for this because you did do pretty well. And to be honest with everybody out there, I was going to only ask for 3, but she was crushing this trivia. Especially when you knew the theme song. I was like, oh, Jesus, you're going to get all 5. Pick one of these next 3 choices. Is it in alphabetical order? Air, heart, or water?
Oh, water.
Water is definitely correct. And the last one was always that little guy who was like, heart.
Heart.
Air was the incorrect answer.
I can't believe I didn't get water. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll give you a 0.5. Now, for anybody that's still in on this one, you want your mind blown. Go Google a picture of the kids from the Magic School Bus, which was a very specific demographic. It was
very
like,
specific. Hated it, but watched it.
Loved it. Mrs. Frizzle was high up there.
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah. So the kids was, what was the guy's name? Arnold or Ralphie or somebody. He was a ginger white kid. And then you had the little Asian boy. You had the Hispanic girl. And I truthfully forget the rest of it. Like there was like a regular Caucasian white boy too. When you look at the 5 that make up Captain Planet, it is the exact same demographic.
Same thing.
I'm going to post a picture for people. It is the exact same demographic, except they're, I don't know, 10 years older or something. It is
they found a profile that got every diversity into it. They're like, let's stick with this one thing, this mathematical equation. We're good.
It works.
Oh, shit. So this one's about Magic School Bus, isn't it?
It is not. I almost did Magic School Bus, but that was a very specific. Yeah. If you want a quick Magic School Bus question, there was something like during the theme song, you make a left past the stomach and make a right pass, and they name a planet. But I didn't know it, so I wasn't going to give
Uranus.
it to you. And that's it. We're out, folks. Yeah.
And we're out.
All right. Last one. Now, this is a 3-parter. This is going to be a lot of work, so take your time.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Here's the easy part of it. I need you to name me the 4 Ninja Turtles. I need you to give me the corresponding colors of the eye bandana thing that they wear.
Yeah.
And I need their weapons that each one used.
You need the weapons isn't going to happen. Michelangelo's he threw pizzas? That's what his little...
In the video game, not in real... Shredder, here's a pepperoni and a pineapple pie for you.
Listen, I'm telling you, my brothers had the action figures, and his power was shooting pizzas out of a pizza box. So... All
right, so start with the first part, just so people can...
Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael.
Beautiful. Colors?
Michelangelo is orange. Who is the really fucking depressed one? Raphael.
It's so funny that you call him depressed because even in the theme song, it says he's cool but rude. Like he's a rude person. He's not sad.
No, he's like a depressed person.
No, it was Raphael just was a dick.
Raphael was red.
He was.
Are the other ones green and blue or green and purple?
Their skin is green. Donatello.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Donatello is purple.
Okay.
And Leonardo is blue.
Okay.
All right, so I will give you in alphabetical order their weapons, and you can try
Wait. Michelangelo nunchucks?
Michelangelo is nunchucks.
Okay. One of the guys had that one thing it had like a 3-prong thing, long middle one and 2 side ones.
It's called a sai. Which one was that?
Either Leonardo, Michelangelo, or Donatello.
All right. You picked 3 Ninja Turtles. It was the one you didn't pick. That was Raphael.
Oh, that's what I meant. And then did someone use throwing stars?
No. I think that might have been Shredder, the ninjas or something.
Oh, that was Shredder.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I still think pizza should count, but...
Sure. Donatello had a bow. It was just a big wooden dowel type of thing.
Oh, yes. We had that action figure. Okay.
And Leonardo I actually didn't know it was double, but it was twin katana blade. So if you would have said sword or anything like big knife, I would have given you credit for that.
In his back, right? And just, Jew. Oh, that was a fun one, especially the Ninja Turtle ones. My brothers will be very happy with me.
Very good. I love hearing that your brothers are happy with you. I love hearing you. I love smiling with you.
I like your face.
I
I
like,
like the way it looks. I like the way it talks. I like almost everything about you.
you mean everything.
I
Well,
haven't figured. No, I mean in the future there may be something I dislike about you, but nothing right now. Everything's perfect.
awesome. Well, I'm excited to hang out with you in a couple of days. That's going to be
Woo!
a BLAST blast.
And it's going to be a BBQ with BEER.
Definitely. All right, Boo, let's wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Everybody, thanks for listening to us. Make sure you download the episodes, give us a 5-star rating, hit the subscribe, hit us up, follow us on Instagram, Boo's Your Daddy, BOOSYOURDADDY. I'm Dr. Alan Snyder. Stephanie, Yolanda, Blue and True, Dancona.
Hey, Yolanda Vega. Yolanda out.